สวัสดีค่ะขอต้อนรับทุกท่านเข้าสู่ทา Academy แหล่งเรียนรู้ช่องทางใหม่เพื่อการ up skill และเสริมสร้างศักยภาพโดยเรียนรู้จากผู้มีประสบการณ์ตรงค่ะจากหลากหลายสาขาวิชาไม่ว่าจะเป็นวิทยาศาสตร์ประวัติศาสตร์สังคมศาสตร์เศรษฐศาสตร์และศาสตร์อื่นๆที่เกี่ยวข้องค่ะวันนี้คุณผู้ชมอยู่กับดิฉันวิลามุนาวะเราะห์ทา Academy ครั้งนี้นะคะจัดขึ้นเป็นครั้งที่118แล้วค่ะโดยในวันนี้นะคะหัวข้อที่เราจะมาพูดคุยกันจะอยู่ในรายวิชาวิทยาศาสตร์และเทคโนโลยีเป็นเซสชันรีรันนะคะจากงาน Thailand Halal Assembly 2023 ที่ผ่านมาค่ะในหัวข้อ Harnessing Technology for Halal Advancements in Food, Cosmetic and Natural Product Industries ซึ่งวิทยากรนะคะที่จะให้ความรู้กับเราในครั้งนี้นะคะมีถึง3ท่านด้วยกันค่ะโดยท่านแรกนะคะก็คือ Elvina Agustin Rahayu MP Vice Chairman Director of Assessment and Domestic and Foreign Affairs The Assessment and Research Institute Halalan Thayyiban of Muhammadiyah Indonesia ท่านที่2นะคะ Mr. Çağrı Cankurtaran Secretary of the SMIIC Committee on Standards for Conformity Assessment และท่านสุดท้ายนะคะ Dr. Damir Alihodzic Director of Islamic Community in Bosnia and Herzegovina Agency for Halal Quality Certification Bosnia และโมเดเลเตอร์ของเราในวันนี้นะคะก็คือรองศาสตราจารย์ดร.ประกรณ์ปรียากรผู้อำนวยการสถาบันมาตรฐานฮาลาลแห่งประเทศไทยค่ะเอาละค่ะทุกท่านน่าจะพร้อมแล้วขออนุญาตนำทุกท่านนะคะนำทุกท่านค่ะเข้าสู่เซสชันค่ะ
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, may I proceed to the next session under the topic of harnessing technology for halal advancement in food.
This session is the combination between two events. The first event is the 16 HITC, Halal Science, Innovation and Business. And the second event is the 9th International Halal Standards and Certification Convention. We have honor from 3 speakers from 3 countries, one from Indonesia, the second from Turkey, and the last one is from Bosnia. This session is called Harnessing Technology for Halal Advancement in Food, Cosmetic, and Natural Product Industries. The first speakers is Dr. Elvina Agustin Rahayu. She is the Vice Chairman, Director of Assessment and Domestic and Foreign Affairs in the Assessment and Research Institute, Halalan Thayyiban, under the Muhammadiyah in Indonesia. Her area expertise is cover mainly on halal and the safety, food safety management. She got a master degree in professional of food and nutrition technology from Bogor Agricultural University in Indonesia. Her topic is very interesting, that it is about the role of halal ingredient traceability corner invented by Muhammadiyah in Indonesia. He's going to present to you research work on a solution for micro and small enterprises to provide halal Thayyiban food and its traceability. May I invite Sister Elvina Agustin Rahayu. Now the floor is yours.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirrabbilalamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya mursalin. Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. First of all, thank you for the committee already invite me to this fruitful event. And thank you also for the moderator that already introduced me to this session. Actually, the title of my today presentation address the challenging in implementing halal certification with the traceability for micro small enterprises, especially in Indonesia, because in Indonesia, our micro small enterprises constitute 90%, over 90% of our food business operator. And of course, we recognize to fulfill the halal requirement makes no difference even for the micro small enterprises. And here today, it is a kind of the initiate to collect the data from our food business operator that mainly micro small enterprises. So when you talk about the AI, blockchains, I think without the meticulous data, so we can, especially in Indonesia, we can find the good traceability. And before I start my presentation, I would like also to introduce a little bit about our organization here. So my organization here, the Assessment of Research Institute of Halal, Halalan Thayyiban of Muhammadiyah. Actually, we are as one of the main halal inspection body that approved by our government. Yeah, so it is also kind of my advertisement. If you have problem with the certification in Indonesia, so you can collaborate with us. Here, this little bit the information of our organization. Actually, we have 171 universities under one umbrella of Muhammadiyah. Yeah, and then only less than 20% from our university this already established the halal center. Actually, we have now 23 halal center from Muhammadiyah that support our halal inspection body in Indonesia. We call this LPHKHT. And actually also with this approval from government, so all the scope, yeah, that service for the audit, so we already cover this, yeah. So 15 services, so we can do in our organization. And here this our this Indonesian, we have 6 big islands. So we are so diverse. Yeah. So when you see here, I'm sorry. You see here, so the population in Java Island, the place that I live also, this approximately this 56% is one the most densely populated area in the world. Yeah, and if you see the in very east of Indonesia, this we call Papua, so this only 3%. Yeah, so then the implementation, I mean the impact or for the application for the halal also so big difference. Yeah, so this is our problem, but also be our opportunities. And then here, so for this reason, because I want only Muhammadiyah also want to focus with the 90% of our food business operator that are micro small enterprises, because as you know, we are in Indonesia, most of us are Muslim. So actually 90% of them are Muslim that own halal. Yeah, so for this reason, I would like to, our organization would like to concentrate, to focus how to build, yeah, to build the halal certification with the traceability for the micro small enterprises. So here our small survey for the using of food additive ingredients or ingredients by MSE. So we survey on the 185 respondents, but most of them is located in Java, and we do survey nationwide in using Google Form in collaboration with other community, other Muhammadiyah in Indonesia. And with this survey, yeah, most of respondents agree on having specific place to provide the ingredient with detail on repack product. I will tell you later our condition in Indonesia. And here, this is one of our rationale behind to initiating this survey, because this is the report from Industry Ministry of Indonesia that 60% of the food beverage industry raw materials is from the imported product, and mainly the meat and also particular ingredients such as, yeah, you can say the gelatin is very, very critical in halal perspective. And then also again, our FB of food business operator in Indonesia, more than 90% are micro small. And here you can see the picture here, the country that export to our country, this mainly from China. So my colleague from China said, if you think about China, you just consider it's poor country, they said. Yeah? And then another is from Australia, US, and also New Zealand, mainly this for the dairy ingredient. And also, this is from this survey, we also collect the primary information from our customer department under ministry, under finance ministry. You see here that the MSG that Prof. Winay Dalhan already explained about the case in Indonesia in 2001. That time I was auditor in LPPOM. Yeah, actually I'm as auditor in halal certification, the previous halal certification for 20 years. Yeah, and then at that time the MSG also became a big problem regarding the issue of using the enzyme from porcine. And here you see this picture. So this is the last 4 years. This is the number of our import, yeah, of monosodium glutamate, MSG. And you see here, so in the last 4 years, so they're still high for the MSG. And also this is part of the critical material in halal perspective. And then also with the sweetener, yeah, the sweetener also, you see here, the highest number of the sweetener is sorbitol, and then continue with the aspartame and saccharin. In Indonesia, also we talk, it is about if we come to the health perspective, so this become also an issue because they use also this sweetener to the product that not used to use. For example, this, of course, the sweetener, this for the person that who wants to diet and also got the diabetic mellitus problem. But they added also the sweetener to other meat, yeah, we call this traditional meat in Indonesia. And then here, the emulsifier, this I just took this 5 top of this emulsifier. One of this is gelatin. So in the last 4 years, we've seen here that the gelatin is still stable in come to Indonesia. Yeah, we know the gelatin is very critical, and our government also through the FDA and Indonesia FDA ever found that the product using gelatin, this they detect using the pork gelatin. And oops, sorry. And here the snapshot our survey result. So actually the micro small enterprises need halal information for their raw material. Yeah, you see here. Actually they care, but sometimes they don't know how to get this information. Yeah, and then also here, the seller actually provide the halal information. Yeah, only 26. Yeah, because nowadays we've seen that many factory also that already produce the smaller package of the ingredients, but actually it is not micro small business, but they are large business. Yeah. And here also the MSE, so they are agree for to have halal store initiative. And the consideration to have this halal store with the detailed information, here first they need, yeah, most of them say they need the completeness, the ingredients, halal ingredient in one store. And also the consideration regarding the distance and also the services. Okay, another challenge for the micro small enterprises. Next year, Indonesia mandate halal certification per October 2024. Yeah, so that means all the product, yeah, that produced locally or even import must have the halal certificate. So the problem is for our MSE. Yeah. So how then they go to the certification? Because I'm still doing also the certification for them. We still facing the problem with the traceability. And here, as I mentioned before, yeah, and also here our Indonesian Halal Industry Master Plan, they already outlined that the traceability and certification as a key component of Indonesian main strategy in implementing halal product assurance system. Here the Indonesian Halal Industry Master Plan framework, and I just take this 2 important points that here the main program and also the main strategy regarding the regulation, halal regulation. So implementing halal product assurance system with the certification and the traceability. That means the traceability regulation mandate compliance at any level of food business operator, including the micro small enterprises. And of course here the challengings facing for MSE, the financial constraint. So they have limited access to have the investment, they have limited access, they have also have the problem with cash flow issue, yeah, and also lack of technology of infrastructure. The lack of the, to have the kind of digital devices, even smartphone, even the computer. So we still have this problem, yeah, and also inadequate internet access, yeah, especially in the east of Indonesia. I've been just last week from Papua, and in some places I have no at all connectivity, yeah. And also for the complexity of supply chain and limited access of information to halal ingredients, and then documentation and record keeping. So as the previous speaker said, regarding blockchains and regarding AI, this is how we collect the data. But when they have no capacity and they don't get used to the record all of their activities, so even the traceability will not present. And here the food industry sector in Indonesia, if you see here, yeah, for food processing industry, we have 1.6 million micro small enterprises. Comparing with the large and medium size, it is 200 times. Yeah, the numbers, the number higher than large and medium size producer. And in the food retail industry, yeah, so our traditional grocery retails held 76% of the market share. Yeah, I will show the example of what they sold in the grocery, the retail grocery, traditional retail grocery, and then it is another sector of food industry. This is food services. Yeah, that here in the food services dominated by small restaurant and street side restaurant that we call warung. Yeah. And this is some example that I got this picture, yeah, when I came to Papua and I go to the store, the retail, the traditional store, and they sold kind of this. I think, I'm pretty sure it is also critical in halal perspective. Actually, this is a kind of emulsifier, but they sold here without any information on the packaging. Yeah. Also here, yeah. Even this, I took this picture in my home, in my town in Bogor. So this is also in Java actually. So this is the condition. Okay, this is a common distribution channel that, of course, our organization will focus, yeah, to provide for the micro small enterprises with this area. So for this point, so we initiate to have the halal ingredient traceability corner, we call. Actually, the HITC, this the establishment or facility providing the halal ingredients for micro small enterprises, and of course, this we focus with the repack smaller quantity, and then we provide the ensure meticulous traceability, and before they purchase, they have to register first. Of course, this is to prevent the mis-issue of halal-related information during production. And then to improve the traceability, we have also established the production process system with also supporting our MSE in maintaining and adhering the halal standard. It is kind of empower our MSE to have the for the higher level of their operation. And it is actually the process. So this our SITC will acting as the distributor, and we buy the product, the ingredients from the sources, directly from the sources, and then all the information regarding the product, the country origin, establishing product number, register the batch number, and also expired and POC-free facility information. This is the last point is very important for our MUI, because for us, for our MUI, the istihala, so it's not applied to the POC and its derivative. So that's why the POC-free facility information have to be there. And then the activity, we repack to different weights, and then we establish the QR code, and then I'm not get used to with this, sorry. And we put the date of repack in the label, and the buyer, the SME can access the information, the detailed information through the QR code, for its ingredient after the registration. And also for the production process system, so we said this from warehouse, production to distribution. But when I said this warehouse in the MSE, so don't imagine this big warehouse. Actually, the production site, they have only 9 meters square. So they divide for warehouse and for production. So from this point, so we also treat them to have this FIFO, and also for the production, we ask them to put their formulation and yield, or their result, and also the production code. And for distribution, of course, we identify whether they do the direct selling, online, even though for drop shipping. Here the example, this is, of course, this very, very initial and very simple technology for them. But for this also, I'm not sure all of this our MSC can do, but at least we try to do, our organization would like to do this to help of the 90% of our MSE. So the information will appear on this barcode. So as you seen here, so we also provide the certification and also the COA and the country of origin, batch number, and halal certificate logo with the number, and POC-free facility statement. And it is also make easier for auditor. When auditor come to do the audit, so they just scan with the barcode on the packaging, so they got the information. Normally, it's very difficult, especially for the meat, when the distributor doing repack in a smaller quantity, and we don't have any information related to this product. And also with the production process system, so we do some paperwork there. So then the MSE can only, the system is already there, they only can input the information that they have. So from this also we teach them how to do the cost control. Okay, this is my last presentation. Actually, how we simplify halal product tracking using user-friendly application is very important, especially in Indonesia. For 90% micro small enterprises. And of course, the integrity shall be applied. And at the end, halal for consumer, for Muslim consumer is not a choice, yeah, but it is our need. By implementing halal certification with the traceability, of course, the product become quality and also inclusive choice. Then for that point, halal is for everyone. As mentioned in our holy book, Ya Yuhannas, kulu mimma fil ardi halalan Thayyiban. This first address to all of human. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed for your contribution on one of the interesting project on helping micro and small enterprises in one of the biggest countries of the world. Now we come to the next presentation by our friend from Turkey. I use this term our friend because Thailand working together with SMIIC for 7 years at the moment, because we began the observer of standard and methodology institute for Islamic countries since the 1st January 2017. The presenter, honorable speaker, is Mr. Cankurtaran. Çağrı is now an expert in the General Secretariat of SMIIC. He is the secretary of the SMIIC Committee on Standard for Conformity Assessment. His presentation will be as a sort of second part of Mr. Ihsan Ovud present this morning, but he's going to go into the detail of what SMIIC tried to develop at the moment. The topic is about the new development on OIC Global Halal Quality Infrastructure, or OHAQ, and the use of technology and AI and at SMIIC standardization activities. Mr. Çağrı, in fact, is a food engineer, and he has been working with SMIIC for a number of years, and we are very keen in terms of having a relationship with him. So may I invite Mr. Çağrı on the floor, and the floor is yours now.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good afternoon, and assalamu alaikum to all who are here and who are following online. Today I will mention about a bit. Mr. Ihsan already introduced SMIIC before noon. So I will try to introduce. I have the presentation in 2 stages. First, I would like to give you some information about the accreditation and accreditation activities and what we are doing in SMIIC with regards to the technology. As you know, we start always with OIC that we are affiliated to. This is the Muslim, the voice of the Muslim world. And SMIIC, you all know PR standards body of the OIC, and we are working on standardization, methodology, and accreditation. And Dr. Pakon already mentioned Thailand is an observer of SMIIC, and they are contributing a lot to SMIIC activities. This is the organization chart of SMIIC. We have standards, methodology, and accreditation. I will mention about the accreditation activities. We have an accreditation council, as we have standards, methodology, and accreditation as the 3 main areas. According to the SMIIC statute, we have the mandate and AC to establish an accreditation scheme, because from the establishment of the SMIIC, we are always trying to say that, look, if we are talking about conformity assessment activities, it should be based on standards and common standards. And SMIIC is the authority, only authority that can develop and publish standards. So, of course, after we have standards, we have manufacturing, and we have certification, and we have accreditation. So accreditation also should be based on standards. So AC is comprised of the accreditation bodies of the member states. They are governmental institutions. SMIIC is a platform that they come together to develop, to discuss anything related to halal. For after years, actually, after the discussions, we come to conclusion. Mr. Ihsan explained the quality infrastructure is important, so we developed a document. The abbreviation is OHAQ, OIC Global Halal Quality Infrastructure. This has been approved at SMIIC level and then communicated for OIC. That we have reached a consensus on the basics of the halal conformity assessment and accreditation activities, and the idea is to harmonize the procedures all around the world. Again, it should be based on OIC standards. Then, as it was introduced by Mr. Ihsan, it's very easy. We have manufacturers, certification bodies, and accreditation bodies, all in the right side. We are developing the necessary standards. If each and every of them, follow the implementation, so we will have a system, and in the upper side there is a designated structure. It is like the accreditation bodies recognize each other's systems. So this is also the brief introduction. So we have a designated structure here. The idea is that accreditation bodies should recognize the equivalence of each other's accreditation certificates, so the products will easily move. Halal certified products will easily move from one country to other, and this will be done according to the OIC 3 standard. We have OIC 2 standard for the halal certification bodies, and we have OIC 3 standards for the halal accreditation bodies. And this standard defines the rules that the halal accreditation bodies should follow. It's also have the requirements for the peer evaluation system. So this is taken from the standard. This is very easy. As I said, from the establishment of the SMIIC, we are trying to explain this to the world. It's not something new. It has been implemented for the ISO standards. So we say that, look, if you would like to harmonize, this is the system. And after many years discussions, so we have come to a conclusion at OIC level that IFAB, Islamic Forum for Accreditation Bodies, it is an affiliated institution, has been established in Mauritania this year at the OIC CFM meeting. So IFAB will be like a similar sister organization of the SMIIC. It will be internationally independent, impartial institution. It will be based in Saudi Arabia. And it is purpose to develop and maintain MRA. MRA, there is an agreement, and the accreditation bodies should sign MOU and will be a signatory to this MOU. And after that, for example, if Turkish Halal Accreditation Agency is accrediting a product and Malaysia is in the system, then the product will no need a certification, reaccreditation. So this is the important part. This is the resolution of the OIC CFM, Council of Foreign Ministers in Mauritania. It says that this IFAB will follow the OIC standards only for its activities, and it's a very important achievement. We are now expectations. I will match it with the technology. After this one, we expect that the members accreditation bodies should operate according to OHAQ 3 standards, and the certification bodies they will operate according to OHAQ 2 standards, and after that they will become an IFAP member, and after they become a signatory to the MRA agreement, they will accept equivalence of Halal conformity assessment activity. This is important because for years we are talking about the OHAQ standards too. We say that traceability is important, but to be able to do this, the world should use the same standard. After all countries will start, and there are many already using the OHAQ 2 standards, and after they are accredited, so after the establishment of IFAP, we will have a harmonized system. So after this one, we will have a particular amount of reasonable data, because we are receiving some applications from the companies that are working in blockchain. They say that, look, we can establish a system for the traceability, and it has many opportunities also, because if there is an amount of enough data, we can use it for marketing. We can see which products are coming from which part of the world, what is missing. So using blockchain and AI, we will have many opportunities, but we have to start first complete infrastructure, start the same standard and same implementation. After that, we will have the many opportunities. So after this part, we will continue SMIIC to develop the OHAQ standards, and accreditation bodies of OHAQ member states will conduct the Halal accreditation according to our standard again, and then IFAP will establish the peer evaluation system. They will recognize the equivalence of all accreditation bodies, and as you know, SMIIC, we will continue to establish accreditation and certification schemes as per our statute. So regarding technology, for years we discussed OHAQ 2 and 3 standards. They are very important. But Halal is not only this certification or slaughtering or other issues that has been discussed for many years. We have many gaps to fill. So what we are doing, we are concentrating on development of new standards based on technology. So, for example, very lastly, we organized a training course. Last year we organized in Uganda. This year we organized in Bangladesh. And it is about the implementation of our OHAQ 35 standards. But at the same time, Thailand is an important partner in this training course. We are providing theoretical and the practical parts of the test methods that are developed by our members. For example, Thailand has a method, Turkey has a method, Malaysia has a method on the horse-hand detection, and we are organizing these trainings mostly in LDCs, and these developed countries, to give them an idea, to train them, to teach them, how the world is doing with regards to the use of technology. Because, okay, pork is important, but how we will detect? We have to improve, develop some systems. And after that, we have to compare these systems. So we, as SMIIC, we give importance on these issues also. So we started this project, and we invited the experts from Brunei, Bangladesh, the Maldives, Indonesia, Thailand. So it was a fruitful, and this was some photos from training. I would like to thank again to Dr. Vinay and Dr. Hakon. Alhamdulillah, they have competent staff. I don't know Dr. Hamida is here or not, but they are contributing a lot. We also organize another training. It's a project, ComSec project. You know, it's an OHAQ institution, and the project is also organized in Saudi Arabia. In this one, we are now working on the development of test method for the detection of porcine in food and cosmetics. So, what we are doing, as I told earlier, Thailand, Turkey, Malaysia has their own methods, but we would like to validate it. It works or not, or the laboratories that are using these methods have competency or not. So, what we are doing, we are preparing samples. Inside, some of them have porcine, some of them doesn't have. So no one knows what is inside. So we sent to these samples to the laboratories, and they implement these tests, and they don't know what is inside. And after the finishes, they compare the results of their laboratories. So we see that after this implementation, whether the information is correct, the method is right, or quality or efficiency of the laboratory equipment are okay or not. So inshallah, we will use all data for the development of OHAQ SMIIC 25 standard. This was also from some photos. Again, Thailand representatives are very active in this training. Regarding, with regards to the theme of this session, technology is important. We have SMIIC information system. It is used by all member state experts for the development on standard, follow-up standards, revision of the standard. It's a web-based. Everyone who has authorized by the nation standard bodies can access. They can see all the information, what has been done before, what will be the future activities. Standards are both to develop at this system. So this year, we are also following the developments. So our IT experts started an innovative R&D project to integrate the artificial intelligence into our SMIIC information system. So the idea is that our experts during the standardization preparation process will get best benefit from the AI activities. So he made some research from the open resources. After some reviews, he thought that the open AI can be used as a pre-trained language. So what we have done, with regards to development of the standards, we are a standard body, so we have to have our internal rules. We have directives. Our IT experts made this open AI system to learn our directives. So anyone who uses the SMIIC IS can ask the chat box any questions about our directives. The rules are there, and the system has trained. For example, he can ask what will be the rule, for example, for writing any definition or the use of shall or should anything. So we are just at the beginning, and now we have integrated this chat box in the SMIIC IS, and we are now checking it with the experts of our TCs, and the results are encouraging to go on toward the improvement of the system. It works very efficiently. Even we tried it during an online TC meeting, technical committee meeting, simultaneously what was discussed at that time, we submitted question to our system, and the results, for example, we are asking a definition, okay, we are writing a standard text, and the result that we received from AI system, was consensusly accepted by all members, so it's very encouraging to use in the future. So inshallah, we will continue to refining our AI models and gathering more data to improve our system. This is a beginning, as I told you. We believe that in standardization, methodology, accreditation, or for certification body for the development of the standards, we will have the many potentials that we can integrate AI in our systems, and we will go on embeddings. Inshallah, it will enable us to uploading documents, conversations, and asking information about it. And this was the end of my presentation. Thank you for your kind attention. I would like to thank the organizers for inviting us again. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed for very good news from SMIIC in terms of developing AI for the use of standardization. I would like to add more story about our country and SMIIC. We have been working with SMIIC for 7 years now. And I came across that over the past 5 years, the development of a system of SMIIC seems to be in terms of very, very good effort in terms of creating harmonization of standard. Even though there will be a lot of difficulties, but under the leadership of Ihsan Ovud, and of course the Kaki is one of the main expert on this particular thing. I'm sure in the near future we can have a sort of open AI for member of SMIIC, and of course as observers we also can get free service from open AI. Congratulations for this movement. Now we come to the next speakers on this session. He's coming from Bosnia, one of the country in European countries, but Bosnia is also the observer of SMIIC, and we work together for so many years. Dr. Damir Alihodzic is the director of Islamic community in Bosnia and Herzegovina, Agency for Halal Quality Certification. He's going to present to you all a very interesting topic, reliability of rapid tests for the detection of specific haram ingredients in products. Of course, Dr. Damir is very, keen on this area because he has been working and developing his idea into doctoral thesis, which is very important. So may I invite Dr. Damir to present your idea and view on this particular topic, please.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Pakorn. And I use this opportunity to thanks for invitation. It is my first time to visit Thailand, and to congratulate the organizer for this very good organizing event. As you can see, my next presentation is reliability of rapid tests for detection of specific haram ingredients in products. So this is all content of this presentation. We will have an introduction, small introduction about problem description and significance of research. Of course, we have a theoretical part, mostly because of model of methods for analysis and about validation. Experimental part, research objectives, methods, procedures, results, and conclusions, of course, on the end. So, the development and the application of rapids and fast methods are becoming imperative in present, because everything is fast, production is fast, technology is on the developing, so we need rapid methods to detect some ingredients. Especially because of ingredients in food that consumers don't want to consume. For example, alcohol, just GMO, or any other type of meat that are not halal and not suitable for Muslim consumers, not suitable for kosher, or even not suitable for example, for vegetarians, etc. And of course, we need some methods, especially rapid methods, for detection allergens in potentially harmful ingredients to the health, for example, gluten, lactose, antibiotic residue, pesticides, and other harmful ingredients. But it's for the lack of these methods are that they are not standardized, and they are not accepted by officially inspection and other officially parts. So the next part of this presentation is validation of analysis of food quality and origin. As we know, the food can originate from living beings, especially from plants, animals, and microorganisms. So when we're discussing to the origin of food, it's most commonly that referred to in terms to plant origin and animal origin. In addition to essential constituents, food may contain undesirable contaminants and other components such as different type of meats, alcohol, especially ethanol, of course, and GMO and other. We need methods, any methods, rapid or classical methods. We need because of to protect the product from possible fraud by manufacturers, to protect consumers from potential fraud in the market, any type, the need to detect other undesirable ingredients in food, and for the detection of mycotoxin, allergens, GMO, and other residue harmful for human beings. When we talk about validation and rapid any type of methods, we are considering next parameter. These parameters are shown in the table are parameters for qualitative analysis, not for quantitative, but for qualitative analysis. Similar R is for quantitative analysis, and we use on this research, for this purpose of this research, we just research sensitive and sensitivity and specificity, and false positive and false negative rates for this. And later on we will see the results about that. So as we can calculate this sensitivity and specificity through this formula, if we have true positive and true false negative, if we have for specificity is false negative and false positive, we can calculate it to this formula. Even like before, we can have false positive, false negative, and as well we can have sensitivity and specificity. Okay. Experimental part and methodology, what we done, research we provide in NTNU in Trondheim University and in Laboratory of Food Faculty, Faculty for Technology in Tuzla University in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Main objectives is to conduct validation of rapid network tests, analysis of food quality and origin, and determine and reliability of rapid ILF or immunochromatographic lateral flow test for pork meat, for genetically modified corn and soy, and for enzymatic test method for detection of alcohol, ethanol. Yes, we used three of this method, as I mentioned: pork meat, ILF test for detection of pork meat, ILF test for detection of soy and corn, and enzymatic test, semi-quantitative enzymatic test for detection of alcohol. So we used these materials showing table. Actually, it's minced meat, type of meat, pork, beef, and chicken meat, and we use some end products, finished products like sausages and salami. For GMO, we used soybean genetically modified, and we used organic soybean, non-genetically modified soybean, and we used some of end products for corn detection, genetically modified corn detection. And for alcohol, we used ethanol 96% to dissolve and to prepare some samples, and of course we use some non-alcoholic and alcoholic beers to try to make analysis for them. And there was three products of kefir as a milk dairy products. So yeah, that's some of the products, a picture of some of the products we used for research. And we prepared samples from, for example, for pork meat, we prepared for 0% pork meat inside to 100% of pork meat in products and in samples. And for GM, we prepared products from 0.1, actually from 0 with the non-GMO and to 100% GMO. And for the alcohol, we prepared products for 0 to 10% of alcohol in samples. This is procedure, just analysis procedure for using ILF in immunochromatographic lateral flow test. So preparation of product preparation to the end. The last picture is testing, and we just dip or immerse the tester in the sample, and after 5 minutes we will have result of this test. So this is procedure for validation procedure. When we provide test with rapid test and get result from rapid test, then after that we, on same samples, we provide for pork meat, we provide procedure of ELISA method. So this is the procedure of ELISA method. It takes 5 or 6 hours to provide the analysis for that products we tested. But for rapid test, we take only it takes only 5 minutes. For GMO procedure, to evaluate on actually to validate our rapid test for GMO testing, we use the PCR method, and this is a procedure for PCR method. Of course, it's extraction and purification of DNA samples, quantification of DNA, amplification, and after that it's reading results from PCR for electrophoresis, etc. So as we can see, this is a table with results of our research. As you can see, it is compare result of ILF test, rapid test, and the ELISA method. So we can see that we provide 10 to 5 to 10 number of analyses, and all of them fit different type of. All result we get from ILF test, we confirm that result with ELISA. even they are negative on pork meat or positive on pork meat, we have same result with ELISA. Actually, only with column number 0.1, it is limit of detection of test immunochromatography lateral flow test. That's the limit of detection. So sometimes it's show positive results, sometimes it's negative results. So you never know. Maybe yeah, you can see it here. Where is that? Yeah, here. You don't see the second line, so that show the positive result on this test. This first line is control line, and the second line is test line. If there is second line, means that product sample or product contain pork meat in this tested sample. So these are just different type. Oh, you can see here. It's best see. You can see here, 10% of pork meat. So we see here control line. So we see here test line. So this means all of them are positive or negative here on this, and all of them are suitable. So this is the outline, actually, result of ELISA method. So we can see here with eye, we can see in these wells there is samples. So if samples are colored, there is some color, green or light green, means that sample, that product that contains some percent of pork meat. Depends if percent is higher, then color is darker, etc. So even we can calculate with absorbance when we read it from microplate reader, and we will have results from that microplate reader, and we can calculate this cutoff value after every absorbance higher than this cutoff, this number. It means that product is or sample is positive. So this is result of ILF test for GM soy and corn. Didn't translate it on English, right? But yes, this is for GM soy and corn. And you see here, same as before, you see here the number of analyses, result. But here we can see with PCR, we detect that the product contained 0.1 GM soy. The ILF test can't detect this percent of GM soy inside this sample. So only the limit of detection is 1%. So higher than 1% content than 1%. If there is GM soy, it can be positive. So PCR, we know as that PCR is a very sensitive method for detection any type of. So even for corn, it can, this ILF test can detect even if corn or product contain GM, genetically modified organism in product. It can detect as a genetically modified organism. These are picture for corn products, and these are picture for soy samples we prepared with GMO and non-GMO soy. So these are the products from PCR, actually from electrophoresis, yes, and these are the primers we used for this analysis. And here is the GMO corn, and we can see these products means that this sample is positive. Next sample is negative, and etc. So you can see here we have positive and we have negative samples. Same result as a PCR. And here we have same result as a ILF test for this this how can I say it? These products and these primers used to detect is this sample soy as a plant, not is it genetically modified or not, just to detect is it soy or is it other type of plant. So this is the actually, yes, this is the result of enzymatic test for alcohol detection. So we have samples, as I mentioned before, samples with 0.02% of alcohol. When I said alcohol, I mean ethanol, and the other products we already used. Some of them, you can see, we don't have any. In non-alcoholic beer, we didn't detect alcohol. Means that this product do not contain alcohol in this. Because this is the limit of detection. If there is alcohol in less than 0.02, then it can be detected. If cannot be detected by this test. So for this method, we didn't provide validation as a for GMO and for pork meat. This is just prepared samples, and we know the sample contain alcohol, so we will try can this test, can it detect it or cannot detect it, this type of products. So if product contain alcohol, that means the pillow or the sample, it will be here on the top. It will be change color. Color can be dark green or can be light green. Depends on alcohol. What is the quantity of alcohol is present in this. If color is yellow or if it not change the color, means that sample is negative on. This, for example, was, I think, distilled water or water here, and the other samples contain alcohol, some percent of alcohol, like is shown here on these pictures. So through the analysis and calculation, we can say that false positive rate for pork, we go talking about ILF for pork. False positive rate is 0%, so it was, and for false negative rate is 3.4%. So considering that we were no false positive result, and there was only 3 false negative, it means that sensitivity and specificity are 96% and 100% as a specificity. So we can use this test for detection of alcohol and not alcohol for pork meat, and of course we can use this test for GMO to detect GMO inside of products, but only if limit detection is 1%. So if contain more than 1%, we can use it for detection. And of course, for alcohol, we get false positive and false negative rate as 0. So we can say that it's a very specific and very sensitive this method for detection of alcohol. Even just one thing during our research, when I put this tester in alcohol and put it as on the white paper, and take another one sample and put in water to see negative result, and put one to each other, and after 5 minutes when I read results, the sample with water was green, and I said, what is so false negative result? But is this type of the tester is very sensitive. Even it's sensitive on evaporation, how can I say it? It's very sensitive. It contain, if on the air there is alcohol in air, that it can detect that is alcohol inside the product. I think, yes. Thank you for your attention. That's all from me.
Thank you very much indeed for Dr. Damir for your interesting presentation. We will still have around 5 minutes. So if you have 1 or 2 questions, yes. Can share my microphone.
This IRF could detect any tissue of meat tissue or something like that, because you say that the pork meat. So if you have the small amount, something like a tissue or like lard and all that, could we detect it using this IRF? Thank you.
Yes. It can detect only pork meat, for example, in products. Even the products are already treated by temperature, for example, temperature with 80 degrees and etc. It can be detect that type of meat, sausages, salami, etc. And it needs only small amount of any type of tissue, but only not any type of tissue, but only for pork origin, because it's antigen and antibody type of detection. If there is antibody in the product, so it can be detected, because the tester is designed to detect only pork meat, pork origin.
Change to something like the form. Change the form of the...
Even if they change the form, it can be detected.
Can be detected.
Yes. The gelatin, no. For example, for gelatin, collagen, etc., it can be detected. But in products, as a salami, as a ham, as a sausages, it can be detected.
Thank you, Ms. Sulida, for your question. For last question, please. If nobody asks our speakers, that means all of the 3 speakers present very, very important results from hard work of them. So to end this session, I would like to extend our sincere gratitude and thanks to the 3 speakers coming from different countries, but the main concern is the same. That is how to create the new method, the new idea, new technology in order to make sure that we have the wholesomeness of halal. Thank you very much indeed for all contribution.
So again, thank you very much to all of our speaker and the moderator for this session. On this occasion, may I now have the honor to invite Mr. Thayyiban Suthishat, Advisor for the Business Incubation of the Halalan Science Center, Chulalongkorn University, to present some tokens of appreciation to our speaker and moderator, please.